How much money would it take to make you spend a night in a cemetery?
How much money would it take to make you spend $1 million?
It's like the kind of question you're asked in a dream.
This is a HeadGum podcast.
Dynamic banter. Mike and Steve are gonna do bits and have some fun. Dynamic banter. Honking horns and ringing bells and making good. Dynamic banter. Don't forget the history road on Dynamic banter.
Everyone is going to have a final time.
This was
with
the
Ryan.
last video of Ryan. We call it Final Time with Ryan.
Fuck, man.
Okay.
If one of us dies while we're doing dynamic banter, could the last video be final time with Mike or Steve? Or both?
Yeah. This has been.
This was Mike.
I'm recording now, so I'm gonna slap it.
Okay. That's right after Steve's.
Guys, welcome to the show. Mike, I wanted to ask you
Yes.
something really quick, and then I forgot, and now I'm lost my mind about it. But
Now I don't know what we're going to do today.
I don't know what we're gonna do today, but I have a couple of things I want to ask you, and then I have a couple of things that I would like to talk about. Not intense things, just, fun things or whatever. First of all, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Yeah, as you know, we're all in lockdown. I'm here with my family.
We should talk about how Mike and I social distanced this morning.
We did.
Mike,
I thought it would be super important to get together for a second.
yeah,
And then you agreed. But sometimes when we're in this thing, we all have our routines that we do every day. It's like you wake up and you kind of do some kind of variation, and he knows about it, of the same thing every goddamn day. And sometimes when you throw a wrench into it's like the person who decided to put raisins in macaroni salad or chicken salad or tuna salad or whatever they put raisins in. First person to put they
chicken tuna salad.
differentiated. Chicken. The first person that decided to put tuna in chicken salad. They said, "I'm not going to do the everyday. I need some kind of variation from the everyday ordinary."
When chicken
what we did
salad
today.
was invented, they were like, "Wow, this is really good." But man, what would this be like if it had tuna in it?
I wonder if we could do the same thing, but with tuna.
You want to mix tuna and mayonnaise in a bowl and then serve that ice cold?
What's the one I'm thinking of? What's the one they put raisins in and everybody hates it?
The ambrosia salad?
No, I think it's chicken salad. I think
Chicken
there's
salad
some
has walnuts and raisins in it. Yeah.
walnuts and that's what I'm thinking
Yeah,
of.
chicken salad.
Yeah.
But tuna salad doesn't have
Anyway.
any of that shit. So why the
Tuna
fuck is it
salad,
called tuna
funny
salad?
enough, just has tuna in it. You just call it's like when a group of something has a different name, just tuna in a bowl is called tuna salad.
So if you order the tuna salad at a restaurant, you get a bowl of just cold tuna.
Bowl of tuna. It's saying, "Give me a tuna salad," is saying, "Please take the tuna out of the can and give it to me."
Bowl of Tuna did that song Mexican Radio, didn't they?
Mexican
Radio. Anyway,
Just
okay.
give me tuna in a bowl.
Welcome. Mike, I missed you. It was great to see you. You're the first friend I have social distanced with since this whole debacle.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, fuck.
Everyone
I'm so
else-
happy to be your first.
Yeah, man. It's nice. It's a nice.
To my knowledge, I thought I was only two people's firsts in my whole life, and one of those girls lied to me. So I think it's just you and this other girl.
Did you get
Sarah.
yourself checked after that one?
Relatively after, yes.
Good.
because I have been checked since, and that was my first one. That the girl who I lost my virginity to lied to me about losing her virginity to me back. Is that what you wanted to talk about?
Yes, that is what I want. That was my question for you.
Oh man. And that's why I am the way I am, Steve.
Just like Popeye, you yam what you yam. Mike, I want to ask you about something that has been on my mind for a bit, and I haven't had a chance to talk to you about it. And then I had something else that I thought would be really fun, but I guess I don't remember. I started to write them down in my notes if it's something that I wanted to talk about with you, but I guess I don't have that. But anyway, I do have the one thing.
That's a good tip for everyone listening. Just fucking write down every idea you have during quarantine.
Oh yeah. No shortage of ideas. I think that file, note files.
Could that be on the soundboard?
How much money would it take to make you spend a night in a cemetery?
How much money would it take to make you spend $1 million?
It's like the kind of question you're asked in a dream.
Dude, you know all those meme videos where it's like the Trevor Wallace videos where it's like, what guys from SoCal say, or something like that.
No, I don't know that.
You know
one.
what I'm talking about? Oh, it's like, you would know the type of video if you saw it. It's like the title is above, and there's like a
movie.
It's just focusing on this one character. It would be fun to have one of those that's like questions you're asked in a dream.
That's really good. That's even just a good tweet too. Top 5 questions I have been asked in a dream. Number 1.
Oh, that's great.
How much money would it take for you to spend $1 million? Let's just tweet that from the Dynamic Banter account right now.
Yeah, can we do that?
Oh shit!
Are you in that?
Hold on. Yes, I can get in there.
Unfollow?
I just unfollowed our own account.
Good, man. Dynamic Banter is over party.
So, forget about that shit. Let's talk about something else. So, I want to ask you about something I wanted to ask you a while ago, which is you posted a photo of yourself as a young man recently. That says
a few.
Watch The Hills or something and listen to music by Mike Falzone. What the fuck is that?
2 separate things, by the way.
2 separate things?
Dude, I'm telling you, man, I had a whole life.
You really did?
There was a part of my life where baseball was everything. And I was on like little league teams and all-star teams, and I pitched for this junior Olympic team, and baseball was just everything. And then I just stopped. I think I hurt my arm a little bit because I pitched. And then I stopped everything, and I fell in love with music. And then music was everything until I was like 26. Music was every day. And then I fell out of love with that, and I feel like I finished that. I stopped wanting to get better at it. And that's when I'm kind of done. And now it's like comedy for the past 13 years has been what I want to get better at. I can see myself getting better at that forever until my brain stops working. So that's like where my heart is now. But music, I had this whole life as a musician, man.
So
not super great, but
I
not
know
terrible.
that you toured around, and I know that you played a lot of shows, and I know that quite a few people listened to and enjoyed your music, but I didn't know how much further it went. Like, did you talk about your like rock star lifestyle a little bit? Like, other than the tours and stuff, did you like ever talk to record producers? Like, I'm talking about before anybody could just call themselves a record producer on Twitter. I'm talking about, did you ever like actually...
Like a real one?
Yes. Did you ever talk to actual real record producers and talk about that shit?
I had a a producer out of Connecticut approached me. His name is Mike Mangini. He actually found the Jonas Brothers
Oh,
and I
shit.
think Joss Stone. And he produced, he has like a gold record or platinum or whatever the fuck, like meteorite record for Who Let the Dogs Out.
What?
He produced that.
He produced Who Let the Dogs Out?
Yeah.
Wow,
That's
this guy's like
he
a
did a
legend.
bunch of like awesome singer-songwriters as well. But that is like, that song is just like, you know how songs are popular in like the universe?
Yeah.
So that was one of the things that he did. But I was at a show. I'll never forget it, dude. I was at a show. I was playing acoustic and kind of doing this mix of like, I'd play my crybaby songs and then I would try to make people laugh in between songs.
Like crybaby songs.
And my little crybaby, no one wants to sleep with me song. So I'll sing about it and see if that helps the situation.
Is writing
So,
a song about girls that won't sleep with you as good as girls that sleep with you?
No.
That's number 2 on the questions you were asked in a dream.
Write a sing about me as we sleep.
Why does it have to be like
Some kind of weirdly
why does it
worded
have to be
question?
close to
Because it
your
has to be like
I know it
almost
really
a real
does.
sentence.
It really does. It has to be right up to your ear too in your dream. Have you ever had a pizza pie?
How many times would be the last one?
That's totally one.
Dude, I have this fucked up dream. My grandpa was there and he asked me how many times will be the last one.
What does it mean?
So
what does it
anyway,
mean when your grandpa
dude, I was at
comes to you
this-
in a dream and asks you? All right, whatever. Anyway,
I don't know what it means, but you bet your sweet ass that you would want to know and you would stretch, you would take some kind of meeting
You
from
do
that.
everything you
Dude,
could.
I can't. That would be like your excuse to break up with a girl or something. Like this is gonna sound crazy, but my grandpa showed up to my dream. He said, "How many times is gonna be the last one?" And I can't do this anymore.
I think you could really get away with that. I mean, you would be made fun of by all of her girlfriends behind your back, but you could do it.
She's telling her mom though. Her mom would sympathize with you.
She'd be like,
be
"Oh yeah."
in a dream.
Listen, your grandpa gave me your name, honey, in a dream. So, I follow whatever dead grandpa says. Dead grandpa told me to
So anyway,
find the hand of a dragon once. What'd you do about that?
And then the next day,
dragon.
we broke up.
All right, sorry. Continue, please. You
I
have
was
a
in
producer.
Bridgeport, Connecticut, at the Acoustic Cafe, which is kind of where I started playing music. I played there for years. I love that place very much. And I got asked to do a show that I really didn't feel like doing. I got asked to open a show and I was like, how long is the set? And they were like 15, 20 minutes, whatever. So I just showed up there by myself and I did maybe like 4 of my favorite songs and tried to make people laugh, but I was very like loose and relaxed. And then I got off stage and I was packing up my shit because I was going to leave. I wasn't even going to stay for the rest of the show. And I was sitting there, maybe I had a drink or something. And this big, tall, very nice blonde lady comes up to me and she goes, "Hi, I just wanted to see what your deal was." And she asked me all these questions like, are you repped by anyone, or how long have you been playing music, or what is like your day job or whatever. And she was like, "My husband wants to meet you." And I was like, okay. And I went to go meet, she introduced me to Mike and he was like, "Here's who I am." And I remember her teeing it up like, oh, he was telling me about his day job. Like that was something that I didn't need to have. Like if you're this good, you don't need to have what are you even doing with that? That's how I took it.
Right.
So then she just very nicely introduced me to him and said, "This is my husband, Mike. This is what he does." And I was like, oh shit, this stuff kind of does happen when you least expect it. And that was a good, like, don't say no to, just say yes and kind of see what happens as long as your time permits or whatever.
So she was
very
scouting
nice.
for him or something, or was she just like
I don't know
happened
if
to be
on
there
purpose or whatever, but I don't know whether they were like they were there to see the main act. That makes sense.
Cool.
You know, because they lived in the neighborhood.
No shit.
So anyway, we just kept in touch for years, and he was like, if you ever have any ideas you want to run by me. And he was great to like, we would go out and we would get a sandwich at this place called the Chef's Table in Fairfield. And I would play there like when I was in college, and right after that, I would just play there for like 8 hours straight. The dudes who ran the place would just be like, whenever you want to come, just sit inside.
No shit.
And play. And dude, talking to people in between those songs where people don't really give a shit if you're there or not, they're just eating sandwiches. That's where all the crowd work stuff came from.
Yeah.
So I've been doing all that stuff since I was like
Singer, joke writer.
whatever, early 20s. Yeah. So we didn't end up, I just got advice from him for a long time, and I would run ideas by him. And then he'd never signed me or anything, but we did end up recording an EP that was never really widely available everywhere. I don't even know if it is now, but there were 3 songs that's production wise just sound like the most popular songs of that day. Like you could play them on the radio and there would be no difference, like sonically, you know?
Right. Wow.
So that was like a really interesting experience. If you want to hear a funny story about that.
Yeah, please. I want to hear all about this, and I want to hear about this Hills MTV shit.
That remind me of that. I'll tell you next.
Great.
This is a good lesson for like any musician.
Please.
And it was a good like humility lesson for me.
Please.
So we're in his house recording these 3 songs and he used to fuck with me all the time. Like I remember I was like so nervous and sweating, and I couldn't tune my guitar. I'd been playing for like fucking 15 years at this point, and I couldn't tune my guitar
because you were going to perform for this guy basically.
And and it was just this microphone sitting in front of me to get my guitar, my noodling. And he goes, "Oh, and don't bump that microphone. That's like a $20,000 microphone, so don't touch that."
Don't even touch it with
so
your.
I was like, okay, here we go.
Don't get your boy. Don't get your boy oils on it.
Still got the old tagger on it, so you never even played it. See?
You just bought it?
Don't touch it. Don't
well,
touch it.
I wasn't going to touch it.
No, don't touch it.
I was just pointing at it.
Well, don't point even.
Don't even point?
No, it can't be played. Never. I mean,
Can I look at it?
No, you've seen
Don't
enough
look
of
at
that
it.
one.
Yeah, don't get your boils on my $20,000 microphone. So it was me, him, and my friend Melissa Mulligan, who was a vocal coach, is still a vocal coach. And she was in the like button room with him, and I was in the recording room. And I was so nervous, and I kept fucking up. And then I heard him say to her, "Hey, make sure he knows this isn't what he thinks it is."
Oh shit.
And that was like, at the time, that was kind of difficult for me to hear. But then after that, it was like, you're 100% right. So don't treat it like it's the one shot you have to make anything. Because that's what I thought in my head. Like I finally got the attention of this producer who I respect very much, who has had more like real life experience than anyone who I had worked with at that time, just in that industry, you know? So I was like, oh man, if I'm good in front of him, then I could be fucking Katy Perry tomorrow. Who knows?
Right.
You know? And as soon as I heard him say that it wasn't that, it made me put everything from that day on kind of more in perspective. And he taught me how to work smarter rather than working harder. And that kind of shit translates to stand up and everything that I've been doing since then. Like, that's why, like, put me in any stand-up situation now as a 35-year-old, and I'll have butterflies, but I won't be nervous at all. And I think it all came from that conversation.
Damn. I guess I don't know if I've had a moment like that with someone you look up to, you know, kind of like, I mean, I guess I had those moments when I was younger, but I guess like starting off in the type of career that I've been doing, like I really wish I'd had a moment like that, because that's a wonderful way to kind of like break your nervousness, to just think back to that moment where you were like brought down to earth for a second, you know?
It's been crazy important for me to surround myself with like people who are way, way better at me better than me at the thing I want to get good at. And if they have your best intentions at heart, like I'll take any kind of harshly worded criticism from somebody who I know is not trying to hurt me with it. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Like I'll take tough love away from anyone who isn't like jealous of me or doesn't think I have like ill intentions or whatever. Because they're if somebody who loves you was like, you suck at this right now, you're gonna get better at it because you trust their opinion. Right. You know, their intentions just have to be like whatever.
It has to come from someone you respect and someone who you have mutual respect for. Otherwise, it's every other thing than actual criticism that you can use.
Right. The songs that got on The Hills and MTV,
I can't wait
through
to hear
that
about
publishing
this.
thing.
Because I watched
songs
the
that
whole.
were even recorded.
I watched all of The Hills. What? I watched every episode of The Hills because Bree was a huge.
I bet you anything you heard 15 seconds of one of my songs.
Yeah, you got to tell me all about it. I'm ready for it.
So I had recorded a bunch of stuff with a friend of mine, my friend Casey, before I even met Mike. And that stuff sounded pretty good. And I remember it was just me at the time. And I remember thinking, I don't want to be boring acoustic guys when like John Mayer was really popping off and stuff like that. So I was always like, he has that kind of covered and I need to do that plus something else to be different.
Right.
So I was big into like acoustic songs with hip hop programming behind them.
Oh,
my
cool.
friend Casey, who went by the name of Kincaid, was a hip hop producer who recorded my singer-songwriter songs and would put that kind of stuff in the background. And so I think those were the songs that actually made it to MTV at the time or got licensed at the time.
What was that
I
like?
worked with my favorite musician of all time, the album after that. It's an album that's still available called Fun with Honesty. And that was just me and my friend Darian Cunning, who like this dude, Steve, the best guitar player I had ever seen in person, my favorite musician. Like kids my age were like, yo, Dave Matthews is the shit. We're from Connecticut. Every time Dave Matthews comes around, we're going to go party and it's going to be like a weekend thing for us.
Yeah.
Darian was my like obsessive, like Dave Matthews. And I could just go see him every Tuesday at open mic in Bridgeport.
Wow, no shit.
So when we got to do that album together, it's like me on the guitar and then every other real instrument is Darian. And then my friend Sketch did some of the sequencing. And I think there were one or two songs from Casey Kincaid on that album too. So that was the first album I was like, oh, we should try to do something with this because this sounds professional. And I submitted it to, I think it was called Tinderbox Music. And they would like do publishing. So you'd maybe get on something.
It was a way to get it
Frostwire.
into like commercials and shit or like TV shows and stuff.
Yeah.
So was the MTV thing like the first time you like, was that a big deal for you? Because MTV is like, we grew up watching MTV and like, you know, The State is a show you and I connected really well on. And The State used like a ton of really cool up and coming music.
All the MTV music.
Yeah. And that it's kind of like a rite of passage for a musician. I mean, maybe not anymore, but from our generation or whatever, it was like a big deal to like be on MTV because that's where all the music was pretty much.
You know what it felt like? It's like being from Connecticut, it always felt like I had to branch out from Connecticut and be liked other places to feel validated as like an artist. You know?
Sure.
It's like you start where you are and you do as much as you can where you are. And then I always felt like, man, if I had like fans in New York, being from Connecticut, that would be fucking awesome.
Right.
And the internet was like, it was like mp3.com and MySpace. Napster. But that's when like, at one point I had like 30,000 fans on MySpace. And I was like, wow, the people who aren't robots live in different places. You know, that's fucking crazy. And then getting on MTV, even for like 15 seconds, was like, oh, it just felt like you could have a great concert in Connecticut and it would make you feel a certain type of a way. And then you graduate to trying to do a great concert in New York and reach those people. That would make you feel some type of a way. But I was like, if I could just tell people that I'm on MTV and MTV gets seen by everyone, that's such a big deal. So it felt like a really big deal.
Especially at a big point in MTV when The Hills was on, which was like a huge fucking show. And that was like a high point for MTV. So it wasn't like now where is there even an MTV anymore? Do we know?
I don't think like what we remember.
Like it's not. Is there a channel? Is there MTV on TV anymore?
I would imagine so.
Maybe there is.
I didn't hear of them like. Yeah, I don't know.
But the point I'm trying to make is that they're at a point now where like MTV is like zero relevancy on like the music scale now. Like we used to discover music on MTV, and now it's like people discover music on fucking, you know, Instagram and Twitter and whatever. So, but when The Hills was out, that was still like a huge point for MTV. It was still like a place to go to like see the new music videos and see the like shows like Jackass or whatever. And
it's like if they used your music on for the Tiger King opening.
Right. But like but I really got to know like what was it like? Cuz I mean like was The Hills the first time your music got on a TV show? Or was it something before that?
I think maybe it had been on Versus before that.
What's
if you
Versus?
guys even had Versus, because it was like a sports network, but they would do like bull riding and hockey, and it used to be the Outdoor Life Network. They used to do a lot of hunting things. But I worked for them and I knew people personally. So they would be like, do you have any instrumentals of your music? And then they would take it and put it on like Tour de France or some shit like that.
Wow, no shit, really?
So people like highlights of people racing up a mountain and like blood doping would have my music.
Wait, so what was that like when you saw that on TV?
Anytime you see something that a bunch of people, like being on a billboard or something like that, it's like this goes outside of the people you know. That I can just hand you a CD and say, these are the 3 songs I have right now. It's just crazy to think that at least there's a chance for tens of thousands of people to see that. The first person who ever did it for me on YouTube was Michael Buckley.
Oh, shit.
Michael Buckley had his show, What the Buck.
Love
and he was from Connecticut. So I was like, dude, I'm a musician and I'm from Connecticut. We're like 20 minutes away from each other. If you ever want to use these songs, they were on The Hills. If you want your show to be like The Hills. And then he like danced to this song I had called Famous, which is the first song I did with Darian that I still fucking love. And that he played it on there. And, you know, I got all these like subscribers. I had like 400 subscribers.
Just from being on Buck's stuff, Michael Buckley stuff.
Yeah.
We got to have Michael Buckley on the show, on Dynamic Banter.
Anytime.
We got to do that.
I'll call him up.
Yeah.
He loves you guys.
Yeah. We're big friends of, and big fan, big fans.
Dude, Framps.
Big fans.
Dude, I have endless music stories to
I
tell
just
you
got to know about
me
this.
and Megan Tonjes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just want to say me and Megan Tonjes took Tessa Violet,
who
is now megastar Tessa Violet.
Yeah.
We took her out on her first tour.
Whoa. So she like
The
opened
first time
for,
she traveled
for you
and
guys?
played music. I think I'm almost... What?
She like opened for you guys?
We all kind of had like our 15 minutes.
That's cool.
Of the show.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
She's a good gal. We've hung out because of you knowing her at things when we used to be able to be in public together.
Yeah, you remember that?
Did you watch The Hills, Mike?
When my song was on it.
And so you knew when it was going to be on and you knew which episode to watch and everything.
No, they never told
didn't.
us. So I would tune in for like, I would switch back and forth But after a while, I was like, dude, I'm never going to catch it because it could literally be like 10-second instrumental placement when like they're flying over the city at night and there's an acoustic guitar.
Right. So, but you caught it.
And
you
I
found
think
it.
the first time it was on like an interstitial. It was on like a bumper saying, like tonight on MTV, 8 o'clock The Hills, 9 o'clock Beavis and Butthead, whatever. And it was in the back of that.
So but did you catch it? You finally got to see it?
I remember seeing something, but it's so like in retrospect, that thing that seemed like such a big deal at the time was like, you know, so many other things have been such a bigger deal.
Oh, sure. But that's so cool because
that I don't have a clear memory of seeing it.
I mean, I'm sure there's tons of Dynamic Banter fans that didn't know that. And I certainly didn't know that. I just got a big kick out of it when you posted that fucking photo. What is that photo from? Did you make that like back in the day?
I would have made that for sure.
It looks pretty good for like how many years ago that was now, probably like over 10 years ago.
That was a thing, dude. I bet you anything I made that to post on,
like
not
MySpace.
even to post, to like embed on my MySpace.
Yeah.
And that was
of course.
Like I had a bunch of followers before anything like that happened. And I would post stuff like that as a reminder, like, it's okay. Don't hop off the bandwagon. Or like, this is you being rewarded for like liking me. I swear to God, other people will like it at some point if they hear it. You know? It was like,
your billboard
with me for like 3 years. And you see all these shows like Connecticut, New Jersey, Connecticut. I swear to God, I'm good. And then when the MTV thing happened, it was like, see, I swear.
But did it give you leverage for like stuff? Did it give you like cred?
Everything, it's still like that, man. Everything is like, it's like when people read as a stand-up, people say your credits before you go on stage. So the audience has like a sense that of why you're here.
Right.
You know, it's like, why the fuck I'm going to hear 20 comedians tonight. Why the fuck would I give a shit about this person?
Right.
You know?
Sure.
So if I wanted to sell tickets to a show, instead of just being like, come out and see me, I have a guitar and hair. It'd be like, come out and see me. You've heard me on the Hills for 15 seconds.
I get it. Wow. What a fun thing, man. I'd love to hear more of your music stories. I'm sure you got tons of them. And even some that you can't talk about on the air.
Because it's all just locked in here. What'd you say?
There's probably a lot of stuff you can't talk about on the air too.
There is some.
Have you ever talked about these things like in your videos or anything?
Some. I used to have these 2 videos when I still lived in Connecticut called How to Get Kicked Out of a Band.
Oh, that's great.
And it's when I had my band, me and my friend James were like at each other's throat all the time. Still a very, very good friend of mine, but I had kicked him out of the band 4 or 5 times. And then we did like a little behind the music and like talked about it.
Uh-huh. Wait, I think
it was just great at that time, man. It's like bands were very much like, we're just going to play our music and we're going to be great at music.
Right.
And that's it.
Right.
But we were trying to be like great at music and show that we are like at the forefront of, you know, like fucking starting on YouTube in 2006 and just catching everything at the right time to be like a forward progressive thinking band.
Right.
You know, it's like seeing what everyone else is doing. I still try to do this with some things. It's like you see what everybody else is doing and then you try to like I could do all that and I'll put my own touches on it by doing this.
Right. I love that. You gotta adapt as an artist, but you also have to look at what's working and be like, how can I make that mine and how can I add my flair to it?
Yeah.
It's very
and
important.
Trying things that don't work and figuring out where to put your time. That was the hardest thing, especially when you're your own boss and you're like in your late teens, early 20s.
Totally.
And you're like, oh, how can I work smarter? You don't know what the fuck working smarter is. You just do everything. You put all your energy into it and then either something pops or you end up hating it. you know.
And I might have asked you this before on the podcast, but like, even though your comedy stuff is where you're living and you're not ready to give that up or move on or try something else yet, do you miss doing the music stuff?
Part of me misses doing the music. Also, the last song that I did so well that it makes me never want to write another song.
Oh, you're like, it can't get better than this?
Yeah.
Well, I don't believe that. And I've always wanted to do what you did, but I don't like touring anywhere, and I don't think I'm very good at the guitar. But I have done a bunch of open mic stuff and little shows, little local this and that's. And, the old local this and that's. And,
You're in a good position where whenever you wanted to do it, you know that if you booked a room and you said, I want to play music for anyone who will show up to this room, it holds 40 people.
Right.
You could do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. You can't do that tomorrow.
Well, I could do it tomorrow, but it would be bad news. In fact, I could probably I could probably book any theater right now for a pretty good price.
Yeah, Steve's at the Roxy tomorrow, but no one can come.
But he's going to live stream from there. Dude, what if you worked out something with like the comedy clubs and just did that? Like just did videos where you're there and no one's there. Dude, it's actually the worst thing because I was watching like John Oliver, which is a great show on HBO, but he's been doing it from home. And I need to catch up on that. But he's been doing it from home, and just not hearing an audience laugh is so weird. It's like still funny and still really good, and I fucking love him, and it's great. It's the show. It's just from his home. But man, without hearing laughs, it's just like so weird. It's so weird. Yeah. It's like when they take the laugh track out of like Saved by the Bell or whatever, or like you've seen those videos where they take the laugh track out of shows.
Yeah, and everybody looks like a psychopath.
It's so weird. All right, let's do some ads.
I've done 2. Yeah, okay.
Let's do some ads, and then we'll jump into some nice. Be nice or don't be nice.
Yeah, we could do that. Be nice or not be nice.
Be nice.
Dude,
or not
somebody
be
came
nice.
after me on Instagram. They were like, "I thought it was be nice or don't be nice." And here's what I want to say to that person: who'd made up the game? Us. What are we calling it right now? That's what it's called.
Right. And it could change. It could change
tomorrow.
It could change tomorrow. And then you'd have a real special shirt.
Dude, I think wearing be nice or not be nice on a t-shirt is so fucking funny.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really, really
Holy
good.
shit, yeah.
Okay, wait.
Anyway,
Something
go ahead,
happened
Steven.
here. Okay, got it. All right, let me get some fucking music. Oh, I didn't even get any music ready. Mike, I've been so confuzzled.
We had a real out of the ordinary day. It was such a jarring, seeing each other in person was so jarring.
It was really jarring.
It really fucked
But it's
up
not
the rest of
about
your
the
day.
jarly.
It's not about the jarling.
All right, can you hear this?
Jarling Limited.
All right, guys. Big shout out to MeUndies. Guys, MeUndies has really been a big part of this quarantine for me. I know you guys have seen it, but I've been wearing my MeUndies onesie. That's not what it's called, but that's what I call it.
Yeah.
But I've been wearing that onesie, and it's the most comfortable thing I've ever worn in my life. But let me read this copy to you guys really quick, and then we'll get to the personal stuff. It's officially spring, which means it's officially spring cleaning time. Yes, that's a thing. And if you're not doing it, you should. Especially with your underwear drawer, you gross Nancy's. End your relationship with toxic old tattered undies. And move on to a membership with the softest undies to ever grace your nethers. A fresh new start for spring, ladies and gentlemen. MeUndies is a underwear membership, essentially. And why would you need an underwear membership? Honestly, because it's fun and great. And it's an easy way to give your future self a present each month. It's really nice when you get it in the mail, too. It is truly like Christmas. What did I get? And I get all the weird ones. Like, I got fish and pineapples and strawberries. It's real good stuff.
The pineapple one are real nice.
Love those pineapple ones. But also a membership with MeUndies is full of perks like site-wide savings, early access, free shipping, and new ridiculously soft undies delivered to your door each month. Building your undie collection makes your life just a tad bit easier. More undies equals less laundry. That's science. You understand science? Mike, you ever used science?
I used science once.
So, guys, MeUndies are made with micromodal. What? What? No,
I can only hear like every 11th word. So all I hear is underwear, science.
Well, that's not good. Well, I am recording my audio directly into the Zoom, so at least the audience can hear it.
Good.
You don't need to hear how great MeUndies is, Mike.
out of my
You already know how great they are because you also own MeUndies and have a MeUndies subscription. You don't need to hear any of this info, but everyone else does. Guys, MeUndies are also offered in a range of sizes from extra small to 4XL. And they have a great offer for our listeners. For any first-time purchasers, if you've been on the fence and you haven't done it yet, you're real dumb. You can get 15% off and free shipping. And this is a no-brainer, especially because they have a 100% satisfaction guarantee, ladies and gentlemen. So to get your 15% off your first order, free shipping, a 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/banter. That's MeUndies.com/banter. Thank you, MeUndies. Wow, that was perfect.
Science. Maybe it was because the music was playing.
You ever use science, Mike? What if I just went and asked you that again? All right. Let's go to Quip. Guys, Quip. Is this the Miller Genuine Draft music? I love how it just, sometimes it'll play and people are like, I can't believe you guys didn't notice that you did an ad over it.
Sometimes it's just, I think that music is just a type of music.
Yeah, it really is just a type of music.
It's called slag rock.
It's called beer commercial rock.
Beer rock.
Beer rock. Guzzle rock.
Guzzle rock. Time Life Guzzle Rock hits.
Oh, you into that fried rock? All right. You in for that rock that's served in a basket with a couple of random French fries in it?
You got a little grease on your rock.
Does your rock leave big old clear stains on the brown bag when you carry it home? All right, guys, Quip.
I literally heard nothing after big old.
Guys, Quip is a wonderful company that has also been a sponsor of Dynamic Banter for quite some time. And a big part of our morning routines. And has your morning or evening routine changed recently? And has that impacted your oral care? Huh? And what things and foods and puzzles and games are you getting delivered to your door, ladies and gentlemen? Mike, you use Quip.
Oh, thank God I heard that. Yes, I do, and I love it so much. Used it this morning, matter of fact.
But guys, what's so special about getting Quip oral care delivered? Well, it's because you get your toothbrushes, you get your toothpaste, you get your floss, you get all those things in the mail, and it's a damn dream. You don't have to go to the CVS or the liquor store to get your toothbrush. No, sir or madam, it's delivered directly to your door.
I don't want you to even think about leaving your house for a toothbrush. Ever again. It's a visual bit.
Guys, good oral health starts with
VBDB.
good habits, and Quip makes it easy by delivering all the oral care essentials you need to brush and floss better. The Quip electric toothbrush has timed sonic vibrations with 30-second pulses to guide a dentist-recommended 2-minute routine, and there's even a sized down version designed for kids. Paired with Quip's anti-cavity toothpaste in mint or watermelon, you get all the ingredients teeth actually need, and none they don't. Quip also has eco-friendly refillable floss with a dispenser you keep for life and expanding string that helps to clean in between. Quip brush, head, toothpaste, and floss refills are automatically delivered on a dentist-recommended schedule every 3 months for just $5 each. A friendly reminder when it's time for a refresh and to stay committed to your oral health. And shipping is free!
Honk! Honk!
Join the over 3 million happy customers and practice good oral care easily and affordably with Quip, starting at $25, guys. You get the Quip brush head, the toothpaste, the floss refills every 3 months. It's crazy town. It's exactly what you need during a time when you don't want to leave the house anyway. So if you go to getquip.com/banter right now, you get your first refill free. That's your first refill free at getquip.com/banter, spelled GETQUIP.com/banter. Quip, the good habits company. All right. That's the Village Genuine Draft.
Thank you, Quinn. Yeah, it's next.
All right. Last one, guys. Brooklinen. Brooklinen is a new one, and boy, are we happy about them. Bringing comfort.
Sweet Brooklinen.
Ooh, comfortable Brooklinen. My mama would be proud. Bringing comfort into your home is the ultimate form of self-care, and now more than ever, it's important to take care of yourself and each other. You spend 1/3 of your life in your sheets. Don't you want them to be insanely comfortable? So put comfort first.
Answer that, yes.
Like with new bedding, loungewear, towels, and more. Home of the internet's favorite sheets, Brooklinen's got over 50,000 plus 5-star reviews and counting. And starting April 29th, which is just around the corner, Brooklinen is having their biggest sale yet. The birthday sale! Wee-oo, wee-oo, hooky, hooky.
Squat.
Wee-
Squat, squat. Birthday. It is your birthday.
Get everything from bedding to towels to loungewear and more at savings you won't believe. Mike, I've got my Brooklinen stuff.
Yes.
You've got your Brooklinen stuff. I haven't set mine up yet, but you set yours up. Talk
Remember
about
what
it.
you got.
Oh, yeah, I do remember what I got. Hang on, I've got it right here. I got the Luxe Core Sheet queen-sized everything,
Okay.
but I got the sheet set, the duvet cover, and the pillowcases. Is that what you got?
Same.
Oh, yeah.
I got all
my
those.
boy.
I got a cool like grid pattern because we don't have any bedding that has grid
That's
stuff
nice.
on it.
I like that. Like a good grid pattern.
Dude, I got the standard. I didn't get the deluxe. I got standard, and it feels like hotel sheets.
Really?
Like good hotel sheets.
Like good.
When you're like on vacation and you're like, I don't want to leave the room tonight. Can't we just have a night where we're just in the room? It feels like that.
Wow, no shit. I love that. And so you really like it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Ain't nothing better than new bedding,
I really
too.
like it.
Especially when you've been sleeping on it
Especially-
every night and not leaving it for days on end. At this point.
Especially when it looks like graph paper.
So anyway, Brooklinen products help you find comfort in the little things, morning routines, extra soft sheets, plus towels, etc. So if you're working from home, staying comfortable is the best way to stay proactive, and Brooklinen is there for all of your daily activities. Hey, how about this? Let me ask you a question. Do you like softness? How about comfort?
Yes.
Essentials to help you relax? Well, Brooklinen has it
Sure.
all, guys. Brooklinen.com is the perfect place to find all the comforts for home. And they're so confident in their product that all their sheets, comforters, loungewear, and towels come with a lifetime warranty. That's right, a lifetime warranty. The birthday sale kicks off April 29th, and you don't want to miss it. Get their biggest savings of the year on sheets, bedding, towels, loungewear, and their newest Hammam and linen collections. I don't know what Hammam is.
John Hammond.
MC Hammam. And if you can't wait, you can get 10% off your first order and free shipping on the all-new sheet right now when you use promo code BANTER only at brooklinen.com. That's BROOKLINEN.com. And use the promo code BANTER. Brooklinen, everything you need to live your most comfortable life. I fell into a hole. Bye-bye.
There's actually a setting on their website where you could say, send me a mystery set of sheets.
Whoa,
And
really?
it's called the M. Night Shyamalan Hammond.
That's very good, Mike. I love that. All right, you want to do some...
Some of us never turn it off.
God bless us. God bless us, everyone. All right, you want to do some nice or not be nice?
Yes, welcome back to everyone's favorite game show, and that's Be Nice or Not Be Nice. The reason why it's Be Nice or Not Be Nice is because we're saying, does Mike choose to ... be nice or not be nice?
Right.
That's why it's be nice or not. Not that I have to explain it.
I really hope you didn't, but I'm glad you did for those that are real dumb.
We have 2 questions today. But before we get to that, Malcolm got a right answer last week.
Yes, he did.
And hopefully we can get someone some limited edition, not available anywhere else, stickers sent out personally from my coughed on hands to your mailbox. And who wins for last week?
Well, let's find out, Mike. The winner... Hang on.
Steve, you should have one of those wheels with a bunch of balls in it with people's names on them.
Or just the sound of it, at least, in the soundboard.
Why didn't I just think of that?
Okay, so I'm going on to our Twitter, and I'm looking for people who have replied recently to a dynamic banter
so
tweet.
that's the crop you're picking from
Currently, yes. And the winner is Dave C.
Dave C, enjoy your goddamn stickers, and please at Malcolm Barrett and thank him profusely. Maybe even wish him a happy birthday.
His name is Dave C's Burgers. At Dave C's Burgers. I'm texting it to you right now. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you so much.
You won some really cool shit because of Malcolm Barrett. So thank him at some point too, please. And it was just his birthday, by the way. Did you know that, Mike? Yesterday.
Yes, sir.
What a good boy.
Sirree. So I got 2 for you today. Why don't you pick somebody we're playing for today? And I'll just remind everybody of the rules. I'm going to hit Steve with 2 hypothetical and sometimes real scenarios that I have found myself in. My friend Steve then, not unlike the Newlywed Game, tries to describe whether his friend Mike in this scenario would be nice, clap, 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 or not be nice. If Steve's answer matches up with what I would really do, then one of you lucky listeners get some limited edition shit that's not going to be available anywhere else. I got 1 sticker that is my own design, and then 2 different variations of the Be Nice or Not Be Nice Taylor Bourke Hot Special.
Love that. Big fan of that.
So you're going to get a secret sticker pack if Steve gets it right.
And that person is Christine at Seiki Houndlow on Twitter. But we'll see. If I don't win, you get nothing, Christine.
Fingers are crossed. And let me tell you right now, Steve, we're gonna be a little lenient on the rules this time because I have an incredible twist of fate for the second question.
You love to hear it.
This is the first question. Me and Zoya walking to the store. Okay?
The story.
There's a blonde lady. The Storia Queen. There's a blonde, they love it. And we're walking to the store, and there's a blonde lady ahead of us.
Okay.
The blonde lady, also walking to the store, looks behind her, sees us, and starts running to the store to make sure that she gets in line to get into the grocery store before us.
Like she saw you, for sure.
Saw us, sprinted across the parking lot to get into the line first.
God. How many people were in line ahead of her?
Maybe 7.
I would not be nice to that person. I would not be nice. I don't think you'd be nice. I don't think you'd be nice. Well, yeah, I think well, it depends on the definition of not being nice, because what I would do is I would be really passive aggressive. I would be loudly passive aggressive to whoever I was with so that they could hear me say something like, "Wow, it's a good thing we got here when we did, because there's just nothing but time. We have nothing but time right now. Gotta run to get in line."
I really know what they're saying when they're talking about that runner's high.
So I think you're gonna not be nice to that person.
Okay, I will say that my answer, unfortunately for our contestant, was be nice.
Wow, so you were nice to that person.
Because
it doesn't
one,
bother
I didn't
you.
see it happen. I didn't see it happen. Zoya had to tell me that it happened, and then when she told me what happened, I was overcome with like, why would she do that? So then in my mind, if I'm like, why would she do that? I'm like, oh, this person's life is in turmoil right now. So I was not mean. I wasn't nice. I wasn't mean.
Wow, Christine, I'm so sorry.
Let's do this. Since this next question is so fun, the scripts are flipped. I'm going to ask you what you think a stranger is going to do to an action that I did.
Oh, okay. All right. So what's this one called? What's this round called?
If you get this one right, it's called Would This Stranger Be Nice? Or not be nice?
Okay, great.
You'll understand in a second. Okay. Me and Zoya are outside and if you get this one right with what I think the right answer is, we'll send this person the set.
Okay, great. So there's a chance they can still win.
Yes.
Love to hear it.
It's redeemable.
I love to hear
it. So me and Zoya are on the phone with her sister, right? We go out by the curb to do this. I think Zoya has a cigarette and we're talking to her sister outside. There's no one else on the street. We're passed by a relatively attractive younger lady with a dog. The dog is super excited to see me and Zoya. We reach out and we say something like, "Hey puppy, look at this cute dog." The girl snatches it away. Snatches.
How old is this girl?
This is not an uncommon thing. Probably 20s, I would say. If I had to guess.
Okay, all right.
Mid to late 20s. I then turn around. We're on FaceTime with her sister. I turn around to her sister on FaceTime and I say, and I quote, "I love so many of the dogs in my neighborhood, but I can't stand the people attached to them." Thank you so much. I turn around and there's no one on the street. My street is way quieter than your street, right? Because of the highway.
Yeah.
It's dead silent. I turn around and this chick is maybe 6 feet away from me.
So she heard you for sure.
That's what I'm thinking. So my question to you is, the next time this stranger sees me on this street, does she choose to be nice? Or not be nice?
Let me take down some notes here really quick.
I don't know if there's any questions you like anything clear.
If I was her, I would not be nice, but she obviously she is reacting in a not great way to being afraid of people in the pandemic. I think you should
She
be
doesn't necessarily think that, though.
Well, like, do you think she's doing that because of the pandemic, though?
I don't know. Because some people, even before this whole thing, if I try to say hi to a lot of people's dogs, they'll rip them away.
Really? That happens to you? Oh my God.
Happens to me a lot. And because I look like this, every dog wants to talk to me. So
Yeah.
you can imagine how many dogs next.
Because they're like, how did you become a human? Teach us.
Yeah. Like, oh, you can walk like that? My hands are hot.
I guess I'm gonna not be nice because if I'm that kind of person that's ripping the dog away from strangers, then I'm already kind of a piece of shit. So I'm probably gonna be a piece of shit to people who are assaulting me with words.
Steve, go ahead and take down that person's address because they've won the knives. That is exactly what I think that person is not being nice to me at all the next time they see me. People have not been nice to me for way less than that.
I didn't know that. I've never had a dog ripped away from me, but I mean, they come up to us.
Keep growing your hair out.
That's very funny. Okay.
I also went up to her like, look at this fucking dog!
with a bottle of Jack Daniels in your hand, swerving around. Hey, look at this dog on it!
Take a drink, dog! You look like a thirsty dog! I was pouring Jack Daniels on a dog. To be totally
in that
fair.
scenario.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, we're at an hour, man.
Okay.
We let me see. Did my movie recording stop? It looks like my movie recording stopped, but maybe it didn't. No, it
What was
stopped.
that?
Great.
Well, fuck.
That's great. I think
Sorry, Ryan.
it stopped at 59 minutes. So hang on. We're gonna
Oh, that's nice.
yeah, we're gonna cut to.
So it's just me wrapping it up.
We're gonna cut to Steve, the little toy Steve with the pooping Steve.
No one closes a show like little toy pooping Steve.
Lee pooping Steve. All right.
Le pooping Steve.
I think we should do a big History Road episode on the next one.
Okay. So we're gonna save it by saying the first half of the show was my musical history road. Just so we don't break from the
it was
format.
Mike's musical history road. I was thinking of calling the episode Mike was on the hills, or the one where we talk about where Mike was on the hills or something. I don't know. It might not be that, but it'll be something similar.
My music was on the hills, have eyes on TV.
And I'm recording again. Just to say goodbye, I guess. I don't know. We don't need this, but Ryan, I'll give it to you anyway. Well, I want to say thanks to our listeners. You guys are great. We appreciate you for listening to this show in your quarantine. We hope you're all staying safe and staying indoors and wearing a mask when you go outside and all that good shit. And don't forget to go to dynamicbanter.clothing to check out all the latest cool
Yeah,
Dynamic Banter stuffs.
New t-shirts, new pins.
New discs.
Anything helps. New discs. You up.
I guess that's it. Mike, I miss you, buddy. It was great to see you for a little bit today.
I miss you too, you know, and I say we both move to Georgia so we can hang out in person at a bar tomorrow.
I think that's a great idea because I got to go to the mall, and that's the only place I could go to get some.
Man, I'll
new
tell you what,
kicks.
people, if you're rich enough, you don't give half a fuck about pandemics.
No.
If you want your hair dyed or a tattoo.
All right. Well, stay safe, everybody, and thank you so much for listening to the show. We'll catch you next time on Dynamic Banter. Bye-bye.
See you next week.
In your dream.
See you next week in your dream.
That was a HeadGum podcast.